Welcome to another Quantum Conversation. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Beautiful hearts, thank you for joining us in another episode of this Energy Healing Summit series. Today we are with Faye. She is an extraordinary channel of higher frequencies from the other realms, from the multidimensional realms, especially the Arcturians, and so much more. Today we're talking about the healing power of Reiki, multiplied and simplified. Hi, Hilary. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Loren. I am thrilled to be here with you and everyone listening.
Now, this is really beautiful. You have support from the illumined realms on all that you bring forward. Tell us about Reiki, this Reiki, the healing power of Reiki as you see it.
Yes, this is going to be a special session where we'll be connecting with the person who discovered Usui Reiki, the original Reiki, and then with Kuthumi, who brought forth Kundalini Reiki. And I'm guided to answer that question through a little bit of a story where I had been doing some deep spiritual work and deep personal healing work for about 10 years before I decided to learn Reiki. And I feel like Reiki is very different than what I thought it would be in my mind. I have a whole story of how my guides came to me and asked me to learn Reiki. And in my mind, I believe I didn't learn it for the first 10 years on my path when I was studying Kundalini yoga, alchemy, all different kinds of energy healing, past life regression, spiritual psychology. And then when it came, it was the exact perfect time and it up leveled everything for me. I really feel like Reiki is a quantum portal. It is so much more than I can even express through words at this time, but through the universal life force energy, we really open our ability to channel the healing energy for the highest benefit of ourselves and all. And in channeling the universal life force, it really opens us up to all of the healing frequencies that are available to us within the quantum field. And so much information. Like we know that light is encoded with information. The Reiki, the universal life force, I see it as how we plug directly into source and receive illumination, as Lauren says, receive clarity, receive the energy that we need to feel revitalized and the information that is in the light. And in this session, we'll be discussing both the traditional Usui Reiki and Kundalini Reiki. And I'm going to be guiding a really, really beautiful process where we'll connect with these masters and receive a lot of clarity.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. You know, on this program, we've heard so many stories about Reiki opening people to channel or to their psychic gifts. And so it's interesting that you said that you were on your path for a good 10 years. Then your guides told you to learn Reiki because it all leads to Reiki somewhere. And so, as you said, it's universal life force energy. So for those who, I mean, many will say, yeah, we know what Reiki is, but what is it? Can you give us a background, a little backstory of Reiki and then Kundalini Reiki as you've learned it? That seems like a new modality. Is that from Kundalini Yoga?
It's not. It is different than Kundalini Yoga, and I would love to explain. So I believe that Reiki, which is healing through source energy, universal life force, some believe it stemmed back to the time of Buddha. Some believe that Jesus learned Reiki and different energy healing. But the Where it was named Reiki and began being shared from there is that Mikao Usui, his master teacher, told him to go to Mount Kurama and to fast and meditate. And this was in Japan. And he spent a lot of time meditating on this mountain and fasting and connecting to the light of a specific waterfall, which I'm going to guide us all to in this session. And in that process, he became one with the universal life force energy. So it's not that he discovered Reiki, because we've all had connection to this pure positive source energy, but he merged into oneness with it, then began teaching Reiki, sharing healings with others. And then this Reiki lineage developed, where on one side of the lineage, Dr. Hayashi began to develop different hand positions, and it became this system that Hawayo Takata ended up bringing to Hawaii, and then from Hawaii spreading to the West. And that is the Usui Reiki, the original Reiki. And this was in the 1920s when this first happened. And then in the 1990s, there was a Danish meditation master named Ole Gabrielsen who spent a lot of time meditating in communion with Kuthumi. Kuthumi was previously the Shohan of the second ray of wisdom and has recently transferred his role to work with Jesus as a world teacher. He downloaded to Ole Gabrielsen, who the Kundalini Reiki is not affiliated with Kundalini Yoga, but he downloaded a system because there was around over 70 years in between that, let's say, original download from Mikao Usui, and then when Ole Gabrielsen downloaded from Kuthumi this new system of Reiki, where we're able to work with both the Kundalini energy and the universal life force. I'm going to guide us all. We're going to have multiple steps in our process, but I'm going to guide you exactly how I have been taught to do it, how I have channeled to do it. But essentially, I've been shown that we can connect a tube of light to our tailbone and then drop that tube of light all the way down to the first dimension of consciousness, the pink diamond within the core iron crystal. And there we can connect to the Kundalini of the earth, which Kundalini literally means soul. Kundalini is the Shakti, the divine feminine energy. And then I was shown that just how I'm sure many of you have connected a tube from your tailbone to the core of the earth, but that we can also connect a tube of light from the crown of our head into the heart of the creator, into source. And when we do this, we can channel the energies, that divine feminine Shakti energy, and the divine masculine energy of source, of creator. And then how I've been shown is this creates a more comprehensive healing energy. That the Reiki, the light, is like the yang energy. And then the Kundalini, that divine feminine Shakti energy, is the yin energy. And we combine these two energies of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, it multiplies the healing power of Reiki. And it can be done in such a simplified way because the Kundalini Reiki system, Kuthumi downloaded to Ole Gabrielsen, who I've studied with him and a few other Kundalini Reiki teachers, how we can channel this energy in a really simplified way that we don't have to do complicated processes to be able to connect in and be a conduit of these energies for ourselves and others.
Yes, it's so wonderful. I think everyone watching and listening want that. They're like, okay, I want this. It is I think I don't, would you say, I'm going to say it's a prerequisite for spirituality, or it's not a prerequisite, but it is a part. It is a when we understand what is going on with healing energy, it is a part of life to channel life force energy, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It's so beautiful that you're doing that. So this is good for everyone then. How have you seen Reiki shift things in your life or the life of your clients or even the students that you teach this to?
That's such a wonderful question. I feel guided to share the story that brought me to Reiki and then how that empowered me in so many ways. Because through Reiki, I really began channeling more. I began receiving more information. A friend of mine even described it. It's a game changer because it shows you that you are a healer and you have this ability to channel this healing energy. So right now I live in Sarasota, Florida, and at this time I'm 39 years old. But about 10 years ago, I was living in Toronto, Canada. I had just finished creating the Awaken Love Yoga teacher training, which I ran for over 10 years, training and certifying yoga and meditation teachers. And I'm in my kitchen chopping vegetables, making dinner, and this voice comes to me and says, I want you to learn Reiki because you are going to be creating your own healing arts academy. And I remember thinking, I've just spent hundreds of hours creating a yoga school. I'm not going to create a healing arts academy now. Like I'm kind of overwhelmed with how much I already have on my plate. So I remember me being a little jokester, a little jokester fairy at the time, thinking, send the download to someone else. My plate's full. And then again, it was, you are going to be creating a healing arts academy and we want you to learn Reiki. And again, no, you are going to be okay. So then later on, I took a bath and then I meditated on it and I thought, okay, I'm ready to learn Reiki, which I needed to receive the download almost because I had a false idea of what it was because I was doing so much deep spiritual transformational work. And when I would hear of Reiki, I would think it was like an old energy. And I've heard other people share this as well too. Like people maybe are just channeling energy from God knows where, or it's like I just had a different perception of what it was. So I then decided to learn Reiki. I ended up connecting. I told one person, she connected me with my first Reiki master. I received a comprehensive one-on-one $3,000 training with her, incredibly comprehensive. And throughout the entire time, the first time I was on your summit, Loren, I told that story of being in the closet. Well, I'll fast forward. I'm in level 2, learning the long distance healing symbol and how to heal quantum healing beyond time and space. My teacher said, send the energy back to yourself in a time where you would have really needed it. I had a memory of being in my closet as a child and hearing a voice telling me that my life situation and circumstances were not a reflection of who I am. And then in that moment of sending Reiki to my past self, I realized that the voice I heard when I was 12 years old that I thought was an angel was actually my own voice. So I was able to really, so many gifts came online for me. I was able to see that I had been guiding myself all along. I was able to start remote viewing myself at a different time. My brother crossed over when he was 38 years old at this time when I was learning Reiki level 2, and I was able to remote view and be with him the moment he was crossing over, where he actually crossed over in a helicopter because of an accident, and he lived in a small town and had to be helicoptered to a bigger city where he could be treated. So the ability to receive messages, to channel, to remote view, to work with quantum energies, the gifts that I've received have been incredible. And what I've seen with others has absolutely blown my mind. Like people really gaining confidence in their healing abilities, having miracles in their own healing, having so many miracles and offering the sessions to others. And for me, I was jokingly the most reluctant Reiki person. That's what's kind of funny about it. I was reluctant. I wasn't going to learn Reiki, and then I was specifically guided, told to learn it. It was the best thing I've ever learned and the most transformational experience of my life. But then I wasn't planning on teaching Reiki. And then my teacher said, as part of this comprehensive program, you teach level 1 and level 2, and I'm there to support you. I said, I don't know anyone who wants to learn Reiki from me. She said, figure it out, find a space, book a date. She was kind of stern with me, like, figure it out. Okay. So I found a space, I booked a date. There were 12 people in the first Reiki training, and every single one said, when she said, I recommend we open the circle by asking people what brought them here. Every single person said, I wasn't planning on learning Reiki, but then I saw it was you, Hillary, and I knew I had to sign up. I had to not start the day crying because um, I couldn't understand it, but it was miracles after miracles. In one attunement, when I was actually running my yoga teacher training in Tuscany, Italy, and I included the Reiki level 1 training, and I was passing an attunement, and I was literally shown an arc of angels behind the man that I was attuning, beautiful soul, and they were golden angels. And I said, why are they standing behind him? And I heard a voice like thunder say, because he is the leader of the golden angels. And I was like, wow. And then after the attunement was done, he had tears down his whole face, saying that as a child, he would hear beings talking to him and he was afraid because he didn't know what it meant. And then he realized, and that being started talking to him again for the first time in over 30 years, and that they were the golden angels that are like his soul family. So just miracle story after miracle story. I could go on all day about the Reiki stories.
Wow. Okay. So that is so beautiful. It is demonstrating how Reiki opens us up to so much more. And again, as I said earlier, where we've heard stories about people who do Reiki, and then they have these miraculous stories of a friend of mine, you know, was able to sense a danger. And when her friend was getting in a car, she took a Lemurian seed crystal and she heard a voice. And you're telling us that maybe this is us. We're probably time traveling with Reiki. But she knew to go around her friend's car. And then a voice told her, do it to your car too. She did it to her car. And 15 minutes later, she's driving on the highway and she was in a rollover accident, like out of nowhere. Everything went into slow motion. She had that Lemurian seed crystal on her console. She ended up upside down, glass was everywhere. There was that Lemurian seed crystal right by her head. She grabbed it and she walked out unscathed.
Wow.
And that was her guidance. And I share that story because that's another example of the miracles that await us. So for anyone, I know many people watching this are Reiki practitioners. Again, it's almost like a gateway to spirituality. And I love how you said that you were a reluctant Reiki practitioner and now a teacher. And I can sense that all of us who are not into Reiki yet are like, okay, the time has come. We have to do it. So share more a little bit about this because we all want remote viewing. We all want to hear our guides better. It's almost as if, okay, so it's you. So that voice that told you to sign up for Reiki, that was you, a future self or a younger self or you or another guide. Is that how you see it?
Some messages I receive are from guides, but sometimes it is from our higher self
Yeah.
traveling through the timeline, or it is an aspect of ourselves. Like we'll think it's a guide, but really it's a soul aspect of us, because the guides are a reflection of who we are as eternal light beings. So yes, it's it's also what I've learned too is when you have a teacher who really wants you to be the best and have the best. Because one thing that dumbfounded me about Reiki is after I started teaching, I had countless people coming to me saying, I did my Reiki master training. I didn't learn how to pass attunements. I did my Reiki master teacher training. I didn't learn how to teach Reiki. And I was so confused as to how they could have done the training, but then not have received. One, I learned maybe some teachers didn't receive the best training themselves. Others, I believe, didn't want competition. Like they didn't want other people out there knowing how to teach it in a powerful way, knowing how to pass the attunement. So I, at this point, have now trained 4,000 Reiki practitioners and probably over 2,700 Reiki masters. And it is because my system is so loving, is so pure, and so comprehensive that one thing that blew my mind too, I've received this email 5 times. In my Reiki training, I have a level 1 introductory video. So I'm introducing the first level. And let's say it's 18 minutes. Introduction to level 1. I've received over 7 emails word for word saying, I just want you to know that I learned more in your level 1 introductory video than I did in taking the full master training with my previous teacher. What? The first time I read that email, I was
Wow.
dumbfounded. I sat there for an hour, literally mind blown. Like, I can't comprehend it. Like, what does it even mean? How could that be possible? And then that exact same email has come again and again because I've done so much in-depth studying with so many Reiki masters with Usui Reiki and Kundalini Reiki. And I have a passion for delivering the absolute best, for making sure that everyone has all of the tools and all of the resources in a way that feels simple and easy to use, in a way that empowers. So I believe because of that deep passion I have for everyone to receive the absolute best and be the best, I want everyone to be better than I am. I have no competition with anyone. That energy is why a lot of people have learned Reiki with me, and I've retrained over 100, honestly, probably over 1,000 Reiki masters, where again, and I offer my trainings at like a fourth of the price because this system changed my life so much that I want everyone to have it. So people often come to me and they're like, I paid 5 times the amount to learn 1/10 and then came to you and paid a fifth the price and learned 100 times more. And then now they're teaching Reiki. Now they know how to pass attunements. Now they're confident giving Reiki sessions. So that's been a big passion of mine.
I think that is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing so openly and freeing and comprehensively. That really is remarkable. All right. And so we're going to do a little practice with you. I have another question before that. And I want to tell everyone that I know people are really excited to take your Reiki course, and we're going to talk about how they can do that. It's on this webpage, so people can already look at that and learn more about it. You're going to talk about it after we do a little process. But before we get there, you downloaded something on Mount Shasta. And I love this because, first of all, tell us about Mount Shasta. For those who go there, it's like an amplifier of energy. If we're not pure of pure heart, watch out. It's going to be like a mirror of how we respond and we react to things. But you went there and something happened. You downloaded this beautiful modality. And that's because you were pure. So you were able to receive. Can you share that story with us?
Oh, I'd love to. Mount Shasta really is the mighty I am presence. It's the root chakra of the world. And me and my husband, Michael, were literally in love with the mountain. It is like its majesty. Even after a week there and then driving away and in the rear view mirror, like the mountain's just right there in the rear view mirror. I'm like, it's still with us. And we're not normally, he's an incredibly grounded person, let me tell you. So this isn't he's conscious, but he's very, very grounded. So it's not that we're like ferrying around everywhere. It is the most majestic energy. And while I was there, I went to a lot of the sacred sites, and in a deep meditation, Kathumi showed me what he called the 24-hour quantum shoku ray. So I can bring this up. Could I screen share for a moment and show the image?
We would love that. Yes.
Perfect. I will pull it up. This is the first symbol within the Reiki system, Shoku Rei, which means bring divine healing energy here now. And Kathumi showed me that we can create a Shoku Rei symbol that lasts 24 hours and becomes a quantum magnet. That when we work with this specific process, which I'll walk you through the steps, and then part of the transmission we're going to go into will create it for you. But this, when we activate through our intention, this symbol, which means direct or bring divine healing energy here now, it begins to magnetize all of the specific healing frequencies that we need, including Reiki, through the quantum field. And what I was shown is that we can trace it and use this technique, trace it the size of the physical body. And that instead of it staying there for that moment, that then the person has this with them for a full 24-hour period where they're magnetizing it. One of the participants who took the Reiki master training with me, her aunt was in the hospital and comatose and completely non-responsive for weeks. And she came to the hospital and she did this very simple process for activating the 24-hour quantum shoku ray, and her aunt came back too and started communicating for the first time and had massive healing in what she was going through physically. So it really is a truly miraculous technique that I include in my Usui Reiki trainings. And the steps are to receive a few long, deep breaths and connect to the unified fields. Then you can repeat mentally or out loud, I am one with the quantum field of light. Then you place the pads of the fingers, the index finger and the thumb fingers together with your dominant hand. And this is how you trace the symbol. And I'll bring it back up so that you can see the symbol. But it starts with a small line, that number 1, that goes from the left to the right, and then the line straight down. And then you begin spiraling in 3 times. And you're activating through this mudra, tracing it with this mudra, this quantum energy. You trace the symbol in front of you, and then with your hands on either side, you can repeat out loud, I now activate the 24-hour shoku ray. Then you either place it within yourself, over yourself, and it can be the size of your physical body. It can be any size you want it to be. And that, or you can also send it to someone else and then visualize that person sitting in the frequency of magnetizing divine healing energy. the exact quantum healing frequencies, including Reiki, that they need for their healing. And that process will continue for 24 hours. And then, of course, after the 24 hours, you could activate it again. But this is the Reiki teaching that Kathumi shared with me, and I'll stop the screen share now. When I was on Mount Shasta, which is a magnificent place. And like Loren says, it does it shows you what is ready to heal, especially root chakra issues. It will help people in that healing. It's a magnificent being, that mountain.
Wow. Okay. So goodness. I absolutely love that. And I can feel we're connecting to Mount Shasta right now, even in this long distance, and even in your sharing of that Choku Ray symbol that you downloaded from Katumi. All right. So beautiful. Well, let's go ahead and have you do a little transmission. I think we're excited for that. And again, even what you just said there with the Choku Ray symbol was more that I've learned about Reiki as well. And I know I'm not alone. I know our audience is saying the same thing too. Very beneficial. So thanks for that. So we're looking forward to this transmission.
Oh, my pleasure. And yes, that is the first symbol within the Usui Reiki system. And then I was shown how to activate it in this particular way to be a quantum magnet of divine healing energy that lasts for 24 hours. And you're so tuned in, Loren, because part of the transmission is that the frequency of Mount Shasta is coming to us, that we're about to go into. But first, we're going to connect with Mount Kurama. And these two mountains, my guides are sharing right now, Mount Kurama, where Mikao Usui merged with universal life force and downloaded the Usui system of natural healing, which is Reiki. These are two focal points, two sacred sites, two sacred mountains, and their consciousness is so profound and higher dimensional that the essence, that spirit of the mountain can literally come to us. And in the Reiki attunements I had been offering, I realized that in the attunement, we were literally within the spirit of Mount Shasta that would travel to us, even if we were all different places in the world and not physically at Mount Shasta.
Thank you so much for that. That's really wonderful. Working with these symbols, it really, in a nutshell, I can say that Reiki makes us multidimensional. We're multidimensional anyway, but it opens us up to our multidimensionality. It makes us aware of the multidimensionality with the clairs coming on board and all of our gifts. So I don't know why anybody would not want to do this now. I'm excited for it. I know everybody is. Even those who have done Reiki training, this is still beneficial. Okay, we'll talk more about that.
1000%, yes.
Yes, it's all beneficial. Okay, great. Here we go. Thank you.
Wonderful. We have two guides that have really come forward to support this transmission. These two beings that some of their biggest purpose is to bring Reiki to us. So I invite everyone who's in a space where you're able to, if you're not driving, to find a comfortable seat, relaxing your shoulders down your back, laying down, sitting down, whatever feels comfortable to you, and gently closing your eyes. And simply count a few long, deep breaths. I'm going to support you in calling your astral body back to your physical body. So if your astral body has been out traveling, we're going to call your astral body home. And the astral body is like an outline of the physical body, bringing the feet of your astral feet, the knees of your astral knees, the hips within the hips, the shoulders within the shoulders, and the head within the head. And now before you is the presence of Mikau Usui, the one who merged with the universal life force on Mount Kurama in Japan. And through his teachings, now hundreds of thousands of people have received the multidimensional gifts of Reiki. Mikau Usui is reaching his hand of light to you now. And the dominant hand of your astral body can reach for his hand as the head of your astral head exits out of your physical head, the shoulders out of the shoulders, hips out of the hips, knees out of the knees, feet out of the feet. And you're going to take a journey to Mount Kurama. Mikau Usui will be guiding you now, so wherever you're physically located on the planet, you're going to be taking the quickest way to Japan now. And you don't have to know which direction to go, just allow yourself to be guided. Counting a few more deep breaths as you now arrive over Asia. Arriving over Japan and arriving over Mount Kurama, and Mikau Usui, with a smile on his face, places the feet of your astral feet about 5 steps from the waterfall where he merged into oneness with universal life force. Count a few long, deep breaths because we've traveled to this waterfall on Mount Kurama for deeper clarity. Counting a few deep breaths as you feel the feet of your astral body walking on Mount Kurama, and you enter the pond now and begin swimming towards the waterfall. And then meditate with your crown underneath the waterfall. And this is a transmission of clarity and oneness with universal life force energy. As the light of the waterfall enters the crown of your head, you can begin to mentally repeat Reiki, 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 Reiki. Continue breathing and mentally repeating Reiki, Reiki, Reiki as you receive this powerful upgrade from the spirit of Mikau Usui and the sacred waterfall on Mount Kurama. Count 6 more long, deep breaths as every cell in your body is quenched with the light of universal life force energy. And there is so much wisdom and information encoded within the universal life force. It's bringing clarity to your mind and your heart. Clarity around any issue you may be struggling with in your life at this time. 3 more breaths. merging into oneness with this holy mountain, with this sacred waterfall. Receive one more very, very long, deep breath in, drinking it in, soaking it up. And now Mikau Usui will begin guiding your astral body, lifting up, floating up higher above Mount Kurama, floating up higher above Japan, floating up higher above Asia, and then making your way towards the continent, towards the country, towards the state or province. Now making your way above the town or city that you are in. Making your way above the space, the home, the apartment that you are in. And your astral body with Mikau Usui enter the physical room you are in now. The feet of your astral feet entering your physical feet. Knees in knees, hips in hips, shoulders in shoulders, head in head. And now your physical body, mental body, emotional body, and energy body receive the light that you soaked in from the waterfall on Mount Kurama. Kuthumi, the world teacher, who wants to empower you and strengthen your ability as a healer and a teacher, steps towards you now as Mikau Usui is still holding space for this transmission. And the light body, the spirit, the essence, the soul of Mount Shasta in Northern California is now surrounding your physical body. And the frequency of Mount Shasta, with the support of Kuthumi, we're opening the root chakra and dropping a tube of light from the root chakra down through what you're sitting on, magnetize down into the second dimension, the crystalline kingdom, all the way down to the pink diamond, the heart of Mother Earth, the pink diamond in the core iron crystal. Your tube of light latches in, turns on. And I want you to now inhale the Kundalini energy, the soul energy of Mother Gaia, breathing it up the tube of light into the root chakra, the sacral, solar plexus, the heart. Breathe the Kundalini energy, the divine feminine Shakti, the soul energy, the source of unconditional love. You can mentally repeat Kundalini, Kundalini, Kundalini. Merge with the Kundalini light. Enjoy. And now Mikau Usui is assisting in placing a tube of light on the crown, on the top of your head. And we're going to extend that tube of light all the way up to the heart of the Creator, to Source, the universal life force, divine Father, divine masculine energy. The tube is plugged in now, well done. And a waterfall is flowing down through the tube of universal life force. Begin mentally repeating Reiki, Reiki, Reiki. As you continue breathing and the Reiki energy enters the crown, enters the brain, the third eye, the throat, and then meets the Kundalini energy at your heart. Now place your hands anywhere you wish to bring more healing energy, whether this be your heart, your mind, your hand, anywhere you wish. And begin mentally repeating Kundalini Reiki, Kundalini Reiki, Kundalini Reiki. And allow the yang energy, the light of universal life force, and the yin energy, the essence, the soul of the divine feminine, the Shakti, Kundalini Shakti, and that Reiki Shiva energy to merge as the perfect yin yang, replenishing your yang organs, your yang organs, your yang meridians, and your yin organs and yin meridians. Breathing long and deep, 3 more breaths. This is a simplified way to channel Kundalini energy and Reiki energy. Breathe, refill, replenish. And when you're ready, on the next inhale, you can gently open your eyes. And to complete, we are going to activate the 24-hour quantum shoku ray. So the symbols pulled up on the screen, bring your hands into what would be Gyan Mudra with the thumb and the index finger touching with your dominant hand. Then bring the fingers over to the left because you're going to draw that short line from the left to the center, from the left to the right, then down, and then spiraling in 3 times, following along with the symbol. And then bringing your hands as if you're holding the symbol once you have completed drawing the symbol. Continue breathing into the unified field, repeating out loud, I am one with the quantum field of light. And then holding the hands on either side, you're going to repeat out loud, I now activate the 24-hour quantum shoku ray. I now activate the 24-hour quantum shoku ray. Rest the hands down and visualize this symbol as you close your eyes. Golden shoku ray symbol the size of your physical body that will be with you for the next 24 hours, that will be a magnet for the exact divine healing energies that you need for your greatest and highest good. 3 more breaths. Feel yourself powering up, giving thanks to Mount Kurama and Macau Usui for taking us on the journey. Giving thanks to the world teacher and ascended master Kuthumi the spirit of Mount Shasta, knowing that for the next 24 hours, you will be a magnet for the exact divine healing energies that you need. Receive one more long, deep breath. Bringing the hands, if it resonates, to Gasso, which is prayer pose at the heart. Expressing your gratitude. And so it is.
Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that beautiful journey. That was palpable. That was palpable. Even from the very beginning, the journey to Mount Kaduma, that I felt that. And the Mount Shasta energy is so beautiful. Thank you. So this is a very powerful technique. When we use this for any healing energy that we need, does there need to be an intention or an idea of what we need to heal? Many will say, have an idea of what they want to work on. But for those who don't, it's beneficial for whatever we need, right?
Yes, especially with this 24-hour quantum chakra ray, that it will be calling in through the quantum field specifically what is needed. But with Reiki, I always recommend when you're giving a Reiki session to set the intention, to have the recipient, whether you're self-healing or if you're offering to another, to have the recipient set a positive intention, and then you hold that intention together. And one of the biggest teachings of energy healing is that energy follows intention. So when you set an intention, the energy will move in the direction of that intention. And then one of the precepts of Reiki is that we never force healing on someone. We can always ask permission verbally or on a soul level, or send the energy saying that they can visualize the energy, they can receive the energy, they can deny the energy, but we want to empower people to receive what feels best for them. So yes, I'm a big believer in setting intention and holding that intention together, but at the same time, energy can come through for healing things that we're not even aware of, which is really beautiful.
And that could be an intention as well, to heal what we're not aware of, to know what to do. Well, this is beautiful. I'm very excited for everyone to join you and become a certified Reiki master. This
Yeah.
is amazing. You have said this transformed your life. This was the most transformational thing in your life.
I've
So,
done many trainings, and this, nothing empowered me more. It's the most empowering experience I've ever had. And I'd love to share a little bit more about what's included, because there's a special opportunity to become an Usui Reiki master teacher, where you become complete within the Usui Reiki system, learn how to pass attunements, learn how to do self-healing and healing for others in person and long distance, and the opportunity to become a Kundalini Reiki master. Or there's a beautiful, significant discount for anybody who feels called to do both. But within the Usui Reiki training, everything that I put into it, I was channeling the whole time. So as I've just guided you, there are some new things that Mikao Usui has asked me specifically to do, like to connect to Mount Kurama during the attunements, and things that I was not taught. But I have studied with so many teachers that I took the best of all of the Reiki teachings and brought them together in a really comprehensive way and very accessible way, where some people who may have been confused on how to offer Reiki healings or may have been confused on how to teach Reiki after, even if they had studied with other teachers, that this would give them everything. So through this, you receive these professionally recorded videos and these audio transmissions with binaural beats and a really, really comprehensive PDF workbook for each level of the Usui Reiki. So even level 1, you learn all about the Reiki history. You learn how to work with a level 1 symbol, how to give a Reiki treatment. You receive the attunement activation. There's a really special audio transmission with binaural beats where you access the emerald healing room in your heart and receive a Reiki treatment. You self-treat and receive Reiki from Mikao Usui and from Archangel Raphael. There's beautiful certificates. Each one is included a really, really powerful attunement activation that I've prepared the energies and will custom prepare them for those who wish to receive. And when you play this activation, it activates your attunement. So that was level 1. Level 2 is all about learning the quantum energetics, where you learn more about activating the quantum healing frequencies, about long distance healing, how to facilitate long distance healing, mental emotional healing. Two of the most powerful things that I've experienced, and that's why I created them in this way, is there's a guided meditation with binaural beats where you send Reiki forward in time to your future self. Like, let's say you have a big meeting or you're traveling or something's happening in the future and you want to meet yourself with Reiki in that moment. And the second one is like what I described, sending Reiki back in time to your younger self when you needed it the most. And then the Reiki Master training is one of the most comprehensive trainings in how to teach all 3 levels, receiving the Master Heat symbol. The Master symbol is like the great shining treasure tower of light. And even if you don't ever intend to teach Reiki, becoming complete within this system empowers you. The master level is all about empowerment. You learn the dragon fire breath, you learn the blue kidney breathing, how to pass attunements, you meet your Reiki guide, you receive the Taoist microcosmic orbit meditation. It is so incredible. And as you'll see on the page, it's a significant discount, a fourth of the price. So that is the
Wow.
information on the 3 levels of the Usui Reiki training.
Oh my goodness. All right. This is massive, everyone. Thank you, Hillary. You are so generous. The
Thank
price of this offer, everyone, is a miracle in itself. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, this is a huge package. So all 3 of these are available in the special offer. And check it out, everyone. Check out that price. If you need assistance with this, we want to make it easy for you. There's a 2 payment plan so that you can join no matter where you are, what you're doing. This is really incredible. Thank you. I'm thrilled with all that you give here and how you've put this together. And
Oh, it's my
certificates come with
pleasure.
it. Wow.
That's the Usui. And then there's the Kundalini Reiki Master training too, where
Wow.
that one is through a series of the videos and activations. I activate each one of the attunements. It's really about opening all of the energy channels, opening all of the meridians. And in the Master Kundalini Reiki training, you have an etheric diamond placed on the crown of your head so that when you're channeling Reiki, it's diamond Reiki, and you're working with the Kundalini energy, the Reiki energy. You learn how to facilitate space clearings in in-person healings, long distance healing, self-healing, healing situations and qualities. Like if someone gets migraines or someone's dealing with a lot of anger or sadness. And in the Kundalini Reiki master training at the master level, you receive diamond Reiki, crystalline Reiki, DNA Reiki, Reiki for healing birth trauma, location Reiki, past life Reiki, and more. Both of these systems are incredibly comprehensive and incredibly transformational. And normally each on their own is well over $1,000. Like the level of training in these programs really is not commonly offered out there. Like I say, people say I got more in the level 1 introductory video than in all of the previous levels up to the master levels with other teachers. So there's so much love, so much consciousness. And one thing I love about it is you always have access to it. If someone wants to receive a Reiki session, you have the PDF, you have the video, you have the audio, you have everything available to you that you can come back to, receive the healing for yourself, or kind of get ready if you want to teach Reiki or if you want to offer a Reiki session for Kundalini Reiki or Usui Reiki. And with Kundalini Reiki, normally how it's taught is you receive an attunement and there's just a couple sheets of paper. But because I have a background as a Kundalini yoga teacher and had been studying Kundalini energy for 15 years before I took the Kundalini Reiki training, I have brought so much more into that training to really help people understand how to channel these energies, like the tubes of light that we just did, connecting the tube of light directly to the heart of source, directly to the heart of Gaia. These are teachings that my guides have taught me to be able to share with others. So it's really a special package offering. And if anyone wants to do both and become both an Usui Reiki master, it's raining outside, and a Kundalini Reiki master, the price is saves you probably $1,500, because I just want people to have this, to be able to activate those gifts, to be able to receive on this level.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful opportunity for everyone. I think everyone watching and listening needs to sign up for it. Can you imagine the world with everyone, all light workers, sharing this energy, sharing it in their own lives, sharing it with the planet? We could literally, I can see many applications for this. We can, I know we have to ask permission and do it that way, but there's so much that can be done with this. The world is really beautiful. This helps usher in New Earth. We know that New Earth is a frequency, and this is attuning us to the frequencies. So beautiful. I am so impressed by all of this, and I'm excited for everyone because it's an incredible opportunity, even for those who've been teaching Reiki or working with Reiki. This is something that, or even those who don't even know what it is, this is something that will really accelerate our journey of ascension. It's going to open us up even more. So do you find that your students then begin channeling, voice channeling, right channeling, light language? Have you seen that sort of thing?
Reiki opens up light language, opens up connection to the higher dimensional benevolent star beings, to the angels, to the archangels, to the fairies. It's incredible. And exactly what you said, Lauren, that whether someone's like, I had never even really heard of Reiki, or if someone already is a Reiki master, but just doesn't feel that they received everything that they need to be able to be confident to offer the healings, to teach it to others. That's really one of my specialties, is making both, is helping people who are new really become empowered to be able to channel these healing energies in a way where it's multiplied and simplified, and helping those who want to be able to offer this more, but didn't receive all the tools to give all of the tools. I've had so many people where then after they retrained with me, they start teaching Reiki. They have just miraculous, the stories I've heard of the different healing sessions that have been offered. It's one miracle after another. It truly is.
We are ready for miracles. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So everyone get excited and check out this special offer. If you're watching this on YouTube, in the description box, you'll find a link so that you can join this opportunity as well. And again, what an incredible opportunity, an incredible price, and an incredible toolbox. Again, I love the videos and the PDFs that you have. Those are tools that are for the first time, people can use them as a crutch or as a tool to feel confident in getting out and sharing those energies when they're working in a session. Eventually, they'll get used to it and they'll know it perfectly. But this is a confidence builder so that it solidly places all Reiki professionals out there on the planet. And what I love is that, we know of many nurses that do Reiki. How beautiful is that? We can have school teachers doing it now. Anybody in any walk of life can do this. And so we invite you again to check it out. I hope you're excited. I'm excited for you. So I have a question. How long, if we purchase both of these programs, how long do you expect one to take in incorporating the teachings?
That's a great question. One, there's lifetime access to everything. But with the Usui Reiki Master Training, I would say, oh, we had thunder. I'm in Florida, so we get our afternoon thunderstorms. I would say everyone's different, but you could do each level in a week or in a month. But I would say give yourself about 2 weeks with each level to incorporate everything. And some of the tools you'll just come back to again and again, like the self-treating with Reiki, where I guide you into the emerald chamber in the heart, and Mikao Usui and Archangel Raphael come in. I have people who do that every single day. So some of the tools are such profound tools for self-healing and for keeping yourself clear and revitalized. But the either system, I believe that you can intuitively know what pace to take it at. You can do one level in a month or one level in a week. Just make sure that you're grounding and drinking a lot of water. And it's such a fun journey. I'm not the type who says you have to wait this long, because everyone's on a different journey of progression, right? What works for one person isn't for another person. So I always say to feel into it intuitively.
Excellent. And get yourself organized on your systems, your devices, so that you can access that. And wow, show up every day and learn a little bit. It really is beautiful. And on the flip side, for all of those who are looking to step up and out, for New Earth, this is a beautiful tool for that. Really a beautiful way to get yourself started or add to your repertoire of your healing arts abilities and what you're already showcasing for the planet. I am so excited. Hillary, this is so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The energy today and your presence, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
You have lifted our hearts. We are full. We felt that palpable energy. I invite our audience to listen to it again and to feel into it again. If you ever have any reason to lift your energy, you have a powerful tool today. Thanks to Hillary Faye. So wonderful. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for this light. And again, if this makes sense to you, I know it does. I know you're waiting for it. Join, sign up, and get started. This is a self-paced opportunity, and it's so beautiful. I can see you stepping into your greatness because you've got this new powerful tool with all the other beautiful things that you're doing for our planet. All right, Hillary, as we say goodbye, I want to just give you a moment for an overview of the current energies on our planet and how you see the world dealing with it and how we are all doing with it. What's going on?
As we were talking about before, this August energy, especially with the 8-8 in the Lionsgate portal, was a bit of an intense energy. My birthday is the last day of the Lionsgate portal too, so I always find there's a lot of energy moving at that time. So how I'm shown is that through this ascension process, as we are embodying more of our eternal light bodies, and through that anchoring the new earth into our being, into our planet, that things are getting stirred up. So if anyone's has been experiencing emotional issues, especially this last week, a lot of emotions were being stirred up, or different thought forms, different doubts about your relationship, about your work. All of these things are natural, but the energy we're in right now is now we're actually 5 days away from the 9-9 portal, where the 9-9 energy is a new beginning. So anytime we're going for that, we're opening to a new beginning, we often have just kind of had a little bit of ruffling of the feathers and things like that, that has cleared us out a little bit more to bring more clarity for that new beginning. So with this kind of rediscovery almost of Reiki and rediscovery of these energies, we really are in this beautiful new beginning. And the biggest message is continue anchoring that love, light into yourself, into the planet, and we're getting there. We are doing it. We are doing it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so glad to have you today and feel this energy and bring it into our life. And it's a relief that we are getting there. And it's always good to connect and see the energies that we've all passed through, because we're all feeling it in our own unique ways. And then to hear how others have been experiencing it is very comforting. So we're not alone. So thank you, Hillary, Faye. This has been so beautiful. And we are excited to learn all that we can from your teachings. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Sending love to you, love to everyone, and so much gratitude.
Thank you. And thank you all. Namaste. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.